Hi everyone, I wanted to make a video. First of all, thank you all so much for everything. We had such an incredible surprise. This morning we had a notification through GoFundMe that there has been almost, I want to say $530 that was donated over between the past 24 hours. That was huge. The timing of it was just remarkable. We actually had a plumber that had come out on Saturday, and we realized that we were short on materials. We had purchased everything for just normal plumbing, rough-in, but we neglected to budget for the gas line. And so he was telling us we have to get more materials, and I looked at my husband and I was like, Chris, we didn't budget for more materials. And he was like, hey, we'll just figure it out. We're going to find a way. And it looks like God found a way. But thank you all so much. That was so incredible. It looks like a couple media outlets have picked up the story, which is a blessing to us. We really do want the story to get out because it is such a terrible story. It's a terrible thing that happened. And I really hope that this doesn't happen again to anybody else. But the purpose of this video is, as we're moving forward, a couple people have asked the same question. And the question is, how can we help? And this question, for us, it's kind of a loaded question, to be honest, because we are in a position of needing help with a lot of things right now. And, it's hard to answer that because there is many things. But I wanted to go ahead and take the time to tell you guys the areas that we do need help. So if you're one of those people that's asking or you're wondering, I'd like to kind of give some visibility into where we're at. I'm a big believer in transparency, and for everyone donating, I really want them to be part of the process too, to understand, hey, where's this going to be used towards? Or, hey, I want this used towards a specific area. But needless to say, where we're at in the process is we're close to being fully dried in. I feel like maybe within the next few weeks we will be, but there's some issues kind of around that. Let me explain. And so we have a small amount budgeted towards HVAC. And so I think and again, you have to pardon me, I'm not an expert in any of this. We've had to be our own contractor given this situation. But I think we could cover the HVAC kind of dry-in. So, kind of just basic putting things in and here's this there. We can't do like the AC units. We can't. And so we've assumed that, hey, we'll try to get past this summer, like not move in till, after the summer. But, I think we can do the other stuff. But my husband was saying something about a furnace. So he's like, I believe the furnace needs to be in and everything before we close up walls. So needless to say, I see a portion that we can put towards HVAC, but we can't fully complete that stage. One of the important stages behind that is sheetrock. To me, it was probably more important to me than it probably is to most people. And the reason being, I had this saying where it was like, when I start to see walls, there's something special about that. When I can start to see what is looking like walls going up, oh, it's amazing. And so our next stage after getting things finished up to being dried in was to go, move to the sheetrock stage. We actually had the person, his name is Sergio. He's been a blessing to us to help us out with the framing, finishing that up on the exterior. But he went in the inside, he started looking around and he said, there's a number of things that need to be finished up inside. And he found some issues. And so before we get to the sheetrock stage, we have to address those issues. You guys heard the story, the builders, they literally abandoned our project. The house wasn't even done being framed. I mean, I don't believe it was even halfway. And I say that just because of how much has gone into finishing up the exterior, and now we find out there's still stuff in the inside. And so there's work to be done there, but it's just, before we can get to that stage, that's what we're looking at. So let's kind of talk about areas of helping then, because again, that's what people are asking, right? Materials has become difficult because, you budget or you try to use a budget. And we had a very, very, very small budget to work with because, again, all the rest of it the builder had, and she's been using for who knows what. But we've been trying to stretch that budget as much as possible. But where we're getting stuck is around materials. So sheetrock, insulation, what bit needs to be finished framing in the inside. So some framing material, HVAC materials, sheetrock when we get to that point, toilets, we're kind of at a point of needing a lot of things. So what our goal really is that we've really stretched our lease out past what it should be. And so our landlord contacted us and said, you guys are really over your lease. When y'all moving out? What we're trying to do is we're trying to get this house as rustically livable as possible so we can move in prior to 10/1. The outside should be fine. We should have the doors. We got, doors are covered. Again, there's been some blessings, right? Doors, garage doors. The outside should be fine. It's the inside, right? And so, we were talking about it and we said, hey, let's just get one working bathroom. Let's try to just purchase 2 interior doors, one for the bathroom. So, we have 3 kids. So when anyone's in the bathroom, they can have their privacy. And then one for our room too. And just kind of have it very rustically livable. And then as we can continue working and things like that, we can continue putting money into it. But it's just proven difficult because when we start to kind of get close, we start to have this reality sink in, and reality tells us how expensive things are, right? One of the other areas that we're struggling with is power. So those that have followed our story, we purposely picked a place that was very rural. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's kind of not. It's very tucked away. With that being said, to bring a line out there, we're getting quoted prices of almost $40,000 to pull electricity back there. And we're having to go through neighbors' properties and things like that. And so, that's for a buried line because they didn't want us going over, which I completely understand. It would literally cut through half of their property. We looked into solar. That was our original dream. We wanted a sustainable home. And we actually spent some time researching that. So we know what goes into that. We know how to do it. But the price for panels as well, and then battery system and everything else, it's also very comparable to the cost of bringing in a line. And so, I'll get back to the question, where could we help, in all of these places, whether it's building materials, maybe you have a background, you know how to sheetrock, maybe you work for a company that does cabinet tops. Someone's trying to help us with cabinets right now, which would be amazing blessing. I was crying Friday about that, tears of joy. But there's so many different areas. There's so many different things we need. We're building a house. And so, if you do want to help in some way, please reach out. We also have a GoFundMe that's been set up for quite some time. We don't kind of advertise it a lot or anything like that, but it's out there, and the funds are, going towards this building process. And so if you'd like, you can also donate on the GoFundMe page. But there's so many areas to help. So again, if that's what's on your heart, just feel free to reach out. But we really appreciate everything. I hope that everyone knows how much that it's meant to us. I see every contribution that comes in. And I like to say thank you on each and every one of them, because it is such a tremendous blessing. People have written us and gave us words of encouragement and wisdom and everything else. They've written a YouTube page, or, they'll find a way to message me. And we just really appreciate that. You can help by prayer too, being a prayer warrior about the situation, that we can get in there, pray for justice. That would be really nice, if we could have justice. I think I've talked a little bit about that, about kind of where that's at, and in other videos. But, we really appreciate everything. Thank you for all everyone has done for us. It means so much to my family. Thank you so much, and God bless.